The gender war rages on as men enter their soft guy era. The soft guy era is a direct response to the soft girl era, which ideally focuses on a mindset and aesthetic for women centered around femininity, gentleness, and self care. Some of the key areas of focus within the soft girl era are fashion, what clothes you wear, their colors, flowy dresses, etc., certain activities like journaling and spending time in calm environments, and cultivating a particular mindset focused on having a positive attitude, embracing one's femininity, and feeling confident in your own skin. So, given some of the ideals of the movement slash trend, you're probably wondering, well, then what's the problem? Because that doesn't sound too bad at all. And you'd be right if that's all it was. But remember, those are the ideals. And with every movement that strives to do a thing, there are always factions that push the boundaries in a way that might deviate from what the original intention might have been. And those factions start to create enemies, and in some cases, counter movements. And if you're looking for an example of where things might have gone a little too far, look no further than the content creator Shera Seven.
How do you know if a dude is lying if his lips is moving? Sprinkle, sprinkle.
If he's ugly, maybe imagine yourself spending his money. Imagine him taking you shopping. That's the look you're gonna need. So this is my imagine him taking me shopping look.
If you don't like old men, then focus on ugly. All right? Ugly with money. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
So let's just take a look at one more together.
How do you ask men for money without feeling that like this? Do you want to make me happy right now? Yeah, of course I do. I want to make you happy too. But later on. Well, what do you want? Then whisper in his ear like this. I want you to take me to the ATM and give me as much money as you choose. It's kind of a kink. I just want to see what you're going to give. It's like, okay, let's go. Then you're going to say, no, never mind. You're going to tease him a little bit. You're going to say, never mind. How about the next time we see each other, you just bring it to me? He already know he gonna seduce me because you just whispered in his ear, and you know what that do.
All right, I gotta admit, she's pretty entertaining, but people really out here doing this? Because this shit is wild. Crazy levels of manipulation, or, I mean, playing the game. What's really the difference at some point, right? Now, look, that was just a glimpse, as a lot of her content is focused on getting a protector and provider type dude and what you should do as a woman once you have one in terms of extracting resources. And look, perhaps there are a lot of women who want that type of guy, but in her case, the emphasis is heavy on the provider side. And if you look at her comments on her videos, she seems to be pretty popular with that group, as they definitely believe she's on to something. Look, I am out the game as a married man, but I will say, if I was on the dating market and a person I was dealing with happened to be one of the women in these comments using these techniques that happened to work on me, I might feel a kind of way. On one hand, I'd have to respect the game, but on the other, I might feel slightly duped. And I think that's a common feeling along these types of threads. Like, did she really like me for me?
You serious?
This gets into that area of like the forbidden secrets that should not fall into the wrong hands, for if so, they could be used to bring evil into the world. With that feeling in mind, it didn't sit right with men, or we'll say the men of the internet. And so then, of course, they launched a counterattack. Enter the soft guy era.
Kings, this girl sends me a message, says, "Hey, handsome, how's your day?" So I send her a message back, "Not a good day." She's like, "Oh no, what's wrong?" I'm like, "I was day trading, took the long position in DJT, lost $25,000. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you make it back." I instantly hit her with a block. First of all, I'm in my soft guy era. I'm not day trading to lose money. If you find out that I lost $25,000 in the stock market, I better see you put that $25,000 back in my brokerage account. Drizzle, drizzle. If
Wow.
you can't put it in my brokerage account, Zell me the money right now. Drizzle, drizzle. Second, I should not have had to tell you that I was having a bad day. You should be able to feel my energy, drizzle, drizzle. If I manifested you because I don't chase, I attract, you should know already how I'm feeling before you send me that text message, drizzle, drizzle. And strike three, don't even start with, "Hey, handsome," or any of that BS. Do not start my day with the message without first sending me a Cash App notification that there's funds in my account. If you wanted to, you would. If you want me in your life, you
Dude,
would.
it's going
If you
crazy.
don't, someone else will. No more brokies in 2024.
This is fun. I think you get the idea where this is going now. Now, if you couldn't tell, the soft guy era is a direct response to Shera Seven's version of the soft girl era,
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
in that Guys are asked to be taken care of by girls in ridiculous ways. And in this case, it's ridiculous because they're asking to be taken care of in the same way that the girls of that era are being taken care of by men. So the honorable verse here helps paint the observed absurdities. So now that you got a fun view of both sides, I only have a few things left to say. First, kudos to the men of the soft guy era on what is a magnificent troll job, as the purpose of any good troll is to get a reaction, and you guys have definitely succeeded in doing so.
Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyway.
And real quick, for the guys who are serious, however small that percentage might be, I hope you know you actually have like no chance of finding the girl doing any of this.
Stop it. Get some help.
And secondly, I want to reiterate how happy I am to be out of the game during these troubling times. It's fun to be a spectator, but for the men and women fighting in the dating market trenches every day, attempting to find a mate while combating the effects of what the internet has done to all social interactions, I send you my positive energy, regardless of how useless that actually is, because I understand. It must be tough. And look, I feel as though this battle and perhaps many others tracks back to one thing and one thing only: expectations. Naturally, we have expectations of one another. The issues arise when we don't agree or know what those expectations are in the first place. And some folks set wildly unrealistic expectations. Therefore, setting a bar far and few in between could actually meet. And look, I'm not saying lower your standards to the ground, as you should expect the best out of people. But I am saying remain grounded and have your expectations set realistically, so that if a good guy or girl comes along, you don't fumble a potential good relationship because you're comparing them to the fake standards set by social media. And as this relates to the soft guy and soft girl eras, I feel as though some men likely feel that some women set a certain standard of being overtly transactional and hyper-focused on finances, while discounting other aspects about their character and person that could make them valuable partners. And of course, this could be viewed counter to the feelings some women may have of some men being hyper-focused on their sexuality and not caring about what other factors of their person or character they have to offer. It's not to say finances aren't important, but there's more to a relationship than just that. The same could be said for sex, as they're all important, but they're just pieces to a broader picture. It's interesting that the battle lines of this particular conflict trace back to certain elements of traditional gender roles, how men and women might view certain aspects of what they might view as their primary utility. Because for every Shera Seven who trains women how to use their femininity and sexuality in order to gain leverage and use it to extract resources from men by exploiting certain elements of male nature, you get the opposite side of the spectrum in a Fresh and Fit, who aim to teach men how to play up elements of masculinity and earn more resources so that they can use it to exploit certain elements of female nature and in return get more sexual attention. It is a crazy game, and one I may do another video on. If y'all care enough, let me know. I will say this: there is a transactional nature to all relationship styles and their varying degrees of health. But how it is dealt with in our daily lives is a very delicate balance of respect, mutual understanding, empathy, and sacrifice. And it all requires upkeep to ensure all parties involved do not feel taken advantage of. But as we work through attempting to find that balance, the gender war will rage on. Anyways, that's my perspective. What's yours? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe, as I got much more content like this on the way. So until next time, YouTube, peace.